Hey there! Today, let's take a look at an accident case and see how industrial accident compensation works, shall we?
Yeah, let's find out together.
A young man went down into a manhole to do an inspection. But then, he collapsed from gas poisoning and never made it out.
How could this happen? Wasn't he wearing any safety gear? Wasn't there anyone around to help him?
Unfortunately, there wasn't any. He didn't even get a chance to check the gas levels, had no breathing equipment, and there wasn't even a colleague who went down with him.
That's heartbreaking. But in such cases, does the worker definitely receive compensation?
Not always. Compensation depends on the country and even the specific situation. Let's compare how it works in different countries. Before we dive in, please note, the comparison across the 4 countries is just for reference, since national systems can vary a lot. Let's start with South Korea. In Korea, you can apply for industrial accident compensation through the Workers' Compensation and Welfare Service. But the process is quite complex. If the company refuses to acknowledge that it was a work-related accident, the case often goes to court. Still, even if the worker is in a special employment type or is a non-regular employee, compensation is possible if the job is covered under the industrial accident insurance, and there's a clear work-related connection. If the employer failed to enroll in the insurance, the government will pay the compensation first and later recover the cost from the employer.
So Korea has a relatively well-structured system. How about India?
India is in a more difficult situation. Although there are legal compensation systems, most workers are informally employed. This means accidents often go unrecorded officially. As a result, there's usually no chance for compensation, and families end up shouldering the burden of medical or funeral costs.
That sounds really tough. What's the situation in China?
China has an industrial accident insurance system in place, but if a company hasn't enrolled, that becomes a problem. In private construction projects, or small companies especially, many workers are uninsured. So when an accident happens, they have to bear the full cost themselves. Also, the compensation amount and processing speed can vary significantly between regions.
So even if a system exists, it doesn't always work properly. How about the US?
The US is a bit different. Workers' compensation is well established at the state level, and employers are legally required to have insurance. If an accident occurs, workers receive compensation regardless of personal fault. They get timely medical treatment and wage support. If an employer tries to avoid paying or delays compensation, they can face criminal charges or fines.
So in the US, the system is both well-structured and effectively implemented.
That's right. The 4 countries we've looked at, Korea, India, China, and the US, all have workers' compensation systems. But how well they actually function on the ground varies a lot.
I wish all countries could implement systems that work as well as the US does.
Exactly. Accidents happen without warning, but compensation is often the last safety net for workers and their families. A small procedure, a timely response can be the difference between a family's survival and collapse. To everyone watching this video, don't you agree? Workers' compensation insurance, a vital safety net that saves lives. For more information, please like and subscribe.